Oops. I just realized that I need to adjust something real quick. How's it going? How's it going? Let me just fix this. Okay. My little window so you can see the price. Oh, what changed? There it is. Just showing you the price of Solana. How's it going? I am just gonna bring up that. I closed my screen before I went live. Famous last thing to do. There you go. Price of Solana. And then the other thing I needed to fix. How's everybody doing? Let me know in the comments. How's everybody doing? How's everybody been doing in this market? There we go. That's how I've been doing, by the way. Like, look at that green. That is good green on Gary, and that's kind of like what I wanted to kind of start with today. And actually, let me get one last thing going, because I'm going to go and stream out to our fam over on, on Instagram. There we go. I've never streamed to all the different places before, but I'm just learning about it right now. Let me know what platform you are watching on. And cool. So yeah, I guess we'll just start off by going through this part. Let me know if the music's too loud too, or too quiet. I'm still just trying to like balance it out and have some jams. But there we go. Boom, boom. Okay. Oop, gotta find it. There we go. There's the tab that I needed to find. Cool. So we did our space earlier today. I streamed it here. And oop, didn't mean to click that. So one thing I wanted to bring up was to point this out, and I'm going to go over to one of Gary's posts, Gary Henderson's post, because he is the founder of Giraffe Tower, which is the stack region one, which is one of my, I'm super bullish on this one, but just think about this. So I'm going to pull up his post right here. Where is the original post? Here we go. So I want you to look at this. I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I know it's small lettering. There we go. So, take a look at this. This is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy. And while I'm showing you this, could you just do me a favor and like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you're watching on YouTube, or follow if you're on X or TikTok or Instagram. Could hang out with you. But take a look at this. Everyone told you to buy Bitcoin, ETH, and SOL. I've heard that. Like, everybody's telling you those are the ones that you need. Like, yes, Bitcoin's great, awesome, right? And ETH and SOL, awesome. I like, in all honesty, I don't get too much ETH, personally. I usually get just Bitcoin and SOL out of those two. But you listened, you bled. And, like, there's all this stuff going on. By the way, I'm not giving you any financial advice. You know that. You know I'm not giving financial advice. But let me check one more thing real quick. Need to check all these things. That's what I needed to check. One second. I need to check the. So I'm experimenting. I like to experiment with different types of things. So I'm streaming an extra stream right now, but it doesn't look like it's working. So. I'm not sure. Duplicate stream key. Okay, I'll have to figure that out. We'll figure that out later. Go back to what I was doing. Okay, so take a look at this. So Gary Coin started on a platform called Rally.io, and they were like a community token platform. They had like Portugal Demand and a bunch of people that were on the platform, so it was pretty cool. It was a fun platform. And in all honesty, I feel like the reason why that they were really successful, I mean, Rally.io at that time, was because they let people like swipe a credit card, to get crypto. And I think that that's something that not everybody does. Like, they don't allow that. So Rally.io allowed that, and then so we gamified a token on there. It was on a side chain of Ethereum, and eventually we realized that it was like a closed garden. So we migrated to Solana and started building on Solana instead. And then the rest is history. Also, there was an ETH NFT that migrated over to Solana as well. So now we've pivoted and found different product product market fit. And there's been things that have failed. There's been things that have gone well. But one thing that is doing really well right now is we've realized, hey, people don't want to trade like their time for money all the time anymore. I mean, that's the whole point of why people learn like DeFi and investing. They're trying to actually make money. But for me, I'd rather just have enough money to to make sure that I don't have to ever like worry about it anymore, and then and have that on autopilot. So take a look at this. And the reason why, because this tech is about to come out on in the Gary Club ecosystem and the utility for Giraffe Tower and Gary. So if you have one Giraffe Tower NFT and 1,000 Gary coin, soon it's going to unlock Stacker Agent. And because that is coming, it actually has triggered both of those collections to actually go up in value pretty significantly over the last couple months, and organically and healthily is more importantly. So it's not like a big pump where things go up. It's a healthy growing economy, and that's what you want, right? You want a healthy growing economy. Let me know if you get what I'm saying. Like, so good morning from here. Ooh. What's happening to Sebastian? Good morning from here. Can't watch much because I need to sleep. Wish you a good space. Hey, no worries, Sebastian. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm just here like sharing some of the stuff that to help other people like learn how to actually stop trading their time for money. So, or yeah, their time for money. I've done that through affiliate marketing. I've done that through actually investing. I've done that through different things like I'm doing here in crypto. So there's a lot of different ways that I've figured out ways not to trade my time for money. But honestly, Stacker Agent's going to be the biggest game changer I've ever possibly imagined. So, but take a look at this. If you had taken $1,000 and you invested that $1,000 and in each coin on January 1st, 2025, and same $1,000. If you put $1,000 into Bitcoin today, you would have lost $99. So you would have $901. If you put that $1,000 into Solana, you would have even been worse off. You would have had your $1,000 turn into $682. Now, if you put that into Ethereum, you would have actually lost 52%. That is $480 that you would have had left, right? That I know that doesn't sound that great, right? We don't like that. That's not. Now I know this is gonna be shocking. This is like, how could you not? If you put $1,000 into Fart Coin, how could anything called Fart Coin actually lose you any money? That it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make sense. It does not. No, doesn't make sense. How can it? It can't. So you would have lost 6.9%. 69. Giggity fart. Okay. I'm dumb. Jupe, which, by the way, I'm shocked. Like, they keep on shooting themselves in the foot, that Jupe. I can't tell you. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jupe, come on, guys. Why are you trying to just, like, print money and then take it and pay yourself with it on our back? Like, come on, Jupe. There's a reason. 56% down. Since the beginning of this year, 56%. Now Pengu, that beautiful, you have like the Pudgy Penguins token that dropped. Man, I fumbled the bag. I doubled mine, and then I waited too long to sell my double, so I should have sold it way earlier. So I could have made more off of that. Oh well, c'est la vie. It's life. It happens. Okay, and then there is Bonk. We've all heard of the Bonk, the Bonk. So if you put that, you would have turned your $1,000 into $404. That's minus 59.6%. Now, Popcats, I haven't actually even heard of Popcats in all honesty. I'll be perfectly honest. But Popcats, if you took that $1,000, it would have turned into a whopping $347, down 65.3%. That sucks. Okay, and then if you had Radium, which that's actually a blockchain, not blockchain, a protocol token, because it's the Radium platform, which is where a lot of liquidity pools are housed. I'm gonna burp. And they're down 54.5%. Then there's Link. I've heard of Link. I've never really looked into it, to be perfectly honest. I'm very, yeah. I mean, it's not a bad thing I didn't, because if I put $1,000 into Link, I'd be down 41.8%, and I'd only have $582 left. That sucks. Oh, you're all down. I'm sorry, man. Hey, you want to know something? Like, now you say you're all down, Sebastian. I just wanted to get to the next point. Look at this, and this is the reason why I'm talking about the things that are down, because this is something that I'm involved in, and like, there's a reason that this is happening, because there's a utility coming soon for both of these different projects. And look at this. This is not, I mean, you can go look at this on SolScan. You can look at, I'll pull up the chart in a second, but the whole point, here's our contract. So I'm just going to grab this contract right here. But look, since the beginning of the year, this one is up 419.8%. So if you took $1,000 and put it in here, you'd have $5,198. And the reason why it actually has gone up since this post, I'll be perfectly honest, I think it's a little higher now. And the reason why is because we're building, there is a stacker agent, which actually will go out and do trading. And again, do your own research. It's coming out. It's being tested still. It's being tested on the test net right now. And soon there's going to be a doxed wallet. And until then, all good. You don't have to do anything. It's not ready yet. But some people are getting ready and collecting the assets, because they know they're going to need the assets in order to actually use the utility. So what I did is I've been collecting a bunch of assets, because I'm getting ready to use this utility and get the best benefit from it, because I don't want to trade my time for money anymore. I want the AI agents to actually work for me. And the thing is, it's kind of crazy, because I mean, like, I've said this many times, like, I feel like there was a time when this would have seemed like science fiction, like Star Trek or something like that. But now it's actually the fact that you could have AI agent go out and do a task for you, and you have a whole bunch of them that do different tasks, even reading charts and making the decisions on, like, so there's this strategy called max extract. So if there's a token that launches, like on Pump Fun, and if it hits a market cap of $500,000, then it's likely to actually, like, have this spike that comes afterwards, which if it hits, like, goes to a couple million, then it's very likely to spike up at least a couple million market cap, which means that you can get a couple 2-3x your whatever you put in a SOL, you get 2-3 SOL back. That's the idea. and the thing is, like, you could make that just staring at the chart all day, and just, like, actually going to, like, GMGN, like going over here and staring at the different charts and finding the right ones that are going to work. But and you're like, okay, I want to see something that has the liquidity. I can go, I want liquidity of let's say, why not 350,000 to, why not 750,000, something like that. So now look, now that I can see that there's more liquidity, and I want, like, the age to be about 720 minutes. Well, that's not right. No, let's just reset that. But you see now, oh, I don't want to click that. But you see now I'm only looking at liquidity, so these ones are more likely to take off. once they've come over this. So like this is already, you know, you don't want to look into it. So that's the point is that I don't even want to think about this stuff because it hurts my brain to think about. I can do it, but it hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. Yeah, so that's the reason why. Boom, boom, boom. Where's the thing? Not the thing. What was I doing? What tab was I on? Why are you letting me get distracted, everyone? What tab was I on? What was I even doing? There we go. There we go. That's the tab I was on. Okay, so I'm going to grab this contract address. But the point is that it was gone up. So I'm going to go over here to Bird Eye. Let's go search for that contract. It's right here, but I'm going to paste that contract so you can see it's the same one. Same one. So I always say, when in doubt, zoom out, you know? When in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. So this is the Gary chart. Now you can say, oh, look, it's been good for the last, but this is just the last couple days. But if I want to zoom out, yeah, how do I zoom out on this one? Can I do it on Bird Eye? Come on, Bird Eye. You won't let me zoom out? You're making me look like a fool. Okay, I'm gonna just go to a one-day chart. One-day chart. So look, now we have a one-day chart. Look at this. There we go. I can zoom it. Now, this is not a new coin. It had its issues, and we would find different market. So the reason why I want to point this out, look, take a look at this. So the reason why this is actually a good chart to look at, and a healthy chart overall. So this was when the coin launched, and there was a bunch of the use case didn't work out at launch, and it was basically like launch. I was even part of this, by the way. And we launched like our own tokens tethered to Gary, and that's why there was a much larger market cap at the beginning, or smaller market cap, and larger supply. It was $1 billion at the beginning, and it's been burned. So now there's only just shy of 25 million, and 2 million of those are just basically always lost. So these ones right here, these like that's a bunch of people that had those tokens, that had Genesis tokens, that didn't understand stuff, and they rugged. And then we rebuilt, and this is another situation where somebody really rugged us. Like these are just people just falling off and just peeling off liquidity, and we learned from that. That wasn't a good idea. Oh well, you move on. And then you try to move on, and then somebody really screws you. So that's kind of what happened here. Just so you understand this, and that really sucked that we started here at like like just a little bit above where we are right now. Actually, what is it, like 39 cents? I think was the original. So it's still not it's high, but it's now a much healthier token than it was at the time. So it's actually. Now, the reason why this is happening is because utility was announced. The reason why this happened was because utility was announced. There was a community tokens that was like the really popular thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So the story is that we actually are going to have an autonomous agent, and right now, if you want, I'm going to paste this in. You're watching on X right now. Let me just paste this on X. Let me grab this. So this is the stacker agent. I'm just going to give this to you just because I want you to actually have as many opportunities. I'm going to paste this in the chat on YouTube, and I'm going to go and I'm going to drop this in the chat on X. And yeah. So let me just grab this. I'm going to go here. I'm going to say, what is it? Copy link, I think, right? Copy URL. Did I do it? I think I did it. So let me just paste this for the YouTube crowd. Can I not do that? So I pasted it in the chat for the YouTube crowd. Okay, and let me just go over to X, and there we go. Go to the live. Look at us over there. I'll just say this is the Stacker Agent GPT. It's free. Enjoy. Go make money. Some money. All right, there you go. All right, if you'd like that, I just dropped that in the chat for this live stream. I don't think can I do this? Okay, let's find out. I'm gonna hit this send. Does this go everywhere? There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think that I got it everywhere. So, okay, so what I would do is, here, let me show you a real easy way, because I want you to leave with some value. So, say I go over here to to Jupiter, right? So we have Jupiter. Let me turn down this music a little bit. So we have like Jupiter, right? And if you wanted to actually be able to go, okay, I want to find out if something's going to like be a good trade, I can go to Jupiter and then I can go find that pair. So say I wanted to say, okay, I want to see if it's a good pair to buy. I'll just use Gary as an example, because you can make money. There's anything that there's volume. So see this chart, you see ups and downs. There's opportunities every time that the price goes up. This is a little bit harder, but like right here, you could have said, okay, we want to buy it here. But if you zoom out, you see that there's actually opportunities where you could have bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. And when you analyze these charts, it actually helps. So I'll just use this as an example, but let's go to like a 2-hour chart. And you could even, like here, like you could even use it with stuff like Solana, or well, can't even say. So so I'm just gonna take a shot of this. So I'm gonna go to actually Dex Screener. I like the charts there. Dex Screener a little bit better. So like, let's do that. So we're gonna go and we're gonna actually analyze Gary and Dex Screener. I went to Dex Screener. It's just dexscreener.com. Like Gary. And I know I'm using this as an example. You could use other. There you go. So, okay. So now I'm going to shrink this down. Again, I'm going to show you I like the 2-hour chart. Why is that? Just heart that. So what you do here, so first I'm going to go over here, Stacker GPT, and say, hey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it, I like to increase my Solana, or my SOL, so let me just, I want to trade Gary coin and find the resistance and pressure. I can spell things. One second. Okay, it's good. Whatever. So, okay, coin and find the resistance and pressure. So I can buy during a dip and sell before it reverses. I will use one SOL. Let's see. And then I'll say something like, treat this as if it is your own money. I can't even type. Fat fingers. Can't even. I give up. Whatever. Okay, so and then what I'll do is I'll go back to Deck Screener. I'm going to grab this URL just to give it extra information. I'm going to paste that in there. Then I'm going to go back to Deck Screener, and just to sweeten the pot, I will take a screenshot of this fresh thing, and then I'll also do a 1 hour screenshot. And then I'll also do a 15-minute. No, those should be plenty. Wait 1 second. Where did I put those? Desktop, right? So now I have these. Let me go back over here. I have these 2 screenshots. That's just to give it extra, but it gets it from the URL. It could access the link. We're looking at 2 time frames. 1 hour. Current price is 25 cents and 67. Short-term support was 24 because it's just pushed up higher. It's been like right below 25 cents for a while and like fighting to get past 25 cents. Which is crazy. Strong support. And then, so yeah, staying around 22 cents was the long-term support. So the resistance, again, like 25 cents, like right where it's at, it's hovering near that. So I feel like it's going to try and reverse. And I agree. Increase gradually near breakout, healthy signals, structure, high energy, and lower confirmed trends. Okay. So we go through here, deploy capital, buy, or track capital here. Final score, it's giving a good score. So it would be right here. So now it's saying like, so if I was going to try and buy, like it would say, so now I'm going to tell it, I am starting with 1 SOL. What? And I always like, it can be multiple orders, right? So now I can say it's, and the reason why that might be the case is sometimes, you know, you want to make sure you get something filled, but it's not necessarily going to be everything. So, okay. Okay. So I say, why is the first buy so high? So close to the current price. Look at this. So this is actually kind of bullish. It's kind of funny. I love the mindset. Buy the dip. Don't chase the pump. You're thinking like a sniper, not a slot machine. Let's see whether Gary is like to reverse soon. So this is actually good to know because like this is the thing. Oh, sorry. Didn't see your comment. Man, thanks for this link. I don't find it in Telegram on the oh yeah. Yeah. 100%. I thought that it was in the main links in the Telegram, but yeah, it's happy to share it. Yeah, absolutely. So, like what I was saying, like I guess maybe using Gary as an example to try and it's not doesn't have the amount of volume that you'd exactly want. But here's the thing: bullish signals. Now this is just basically early caution signals, verdict. No full reversal signal yet. See, that's actually the kind of funny, like, backfired on me to use Gary as an example for you, because Gary doesn't have a bullish. It's got bullish signals and not bearish reversal signals. Patience mode. See, it's not even. It's basically saying that the amount, it's not thinking that it's going to dip to like a lower amount. So it's analyzing the chart and seeing that there's actually a lot of strong support. You know that it's staying up higher, and if it dips back down, it's not going to dip lower. So kind of like we broke past the 25 cents. And now that it's past 25 cents, you know, it can reverse, go back up and down, past 25 cents. And then, you know, the idea is, you know, it's going to pump back, you know, go back up to 26 cents. And, you know, it might reverse a little bit back into 25. But now we've passed the 25, and I don't really feel like we're going to do it. Again, do your own research on it. But maybe, so I think I need to, I need to do a different token or something like that. Why don't we go look at something that, burp. I'm always burping. It's because I'm drinking this soda. Okay. Disney Plus token. That sounds real. Okay. Why don't we just do this one? Why don't we do Jupe? Jupe has more trading volume. And damn, look at. I want to point this out to you. Look, not too long ago, Jupe was like $1.25, right? And Gary was 4 cents. I just want to like. I'm not gonna shit on Jupe, but I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to point out that Gary was 4 cents. And Jupe was like $1.25. And in that time, Jupe went to now being, what, 39 cents? Right? We're at, what, 39 cents? Oh, not even 39 cents. 37 cents. It's at 37 cents right now. Joy. And Gary went from 4 cents to 26-ish cents, just shy of 6 cents right now. So we could even just call it 25 cents if we want to be picky. Call it 25 cents. So if math is a thing, and I'm, you know, gonna use it and stuff, but I think that the move from 4 cents to 25 cents is better than the move from $1.25 to, or let's even look, like let's zoom out. I say $1.25, but I might be full of shit. Let's find out. Am I full of shit, guys? Am I full of shit? Oh, that's 60. I don't know if this. As I was saying at the beginning of the year, we're going to the beginning of the year. What were we at the beginning of the year? Oh, it's just it got to over $1. It's worse than I thought. Oh God! So if we go here, at its height, this was $1.40. So let's just give it the benefit of the doubt and just give it a call $1.25, because even though that's later in the month, it spiked twice. $1.25. So it went from $1.25 to 37 cents, and Gary went from, you know, where is it? Gary went from 4 cents to 25, nearly 26 cents now. So, see, nearly 26. Look, it's 25.69. Giggity. But yeah, I think that's a better return, in case I'm mistaken. And the thing is, like, it's because it's built on utility. It's built on things that are actually, they have a purpose. Hey man, that's awesome. You bought Gary with your last buggy and locked in your Gary. That's, you know, that's the thing. It's like I also locked up my Gary. I get rewards from Gary. Once there's always opportunities to collect more. So always know that it's going to collect more. And the thing is, I will tell you one thing. When we had Gary over on Rally.io, it actually got up to over $50 a Gary. Can't make any promises about that here, but I'm just saying that we got it up to over 50. It was on a different bonding curve, but it got up to $50. Over $50 actually, and that was before we migrated over here to Solana and changed the bonding curve to make the price cheaper. And so when it got to that price, just think about it this way: I was buying it over on Rally.io when it was like super cheap too, and it got up to like $50 a pop, and I had a whole bunch of them, and it was like, but that could happen here too. So those 10 Gary that you got, imagine if each one was worth $50. You know, yeah, that's not life changing at that point, but hey, what if each one was worth more? What if you get a little bit of rewards and that unlocks something that you need that's going to do something for you in the future? Like, just because you didn't go and sell that Gary today and, you know, get your quick win, you know, and you went and bought some instead or anything like that, you know, it's gonna benefit you long term. And I truly believe that. I'm gonna burp again. Look what happens. But look at this. This is just this. I explained the dip, and that was because it operates like a company. A company tried something, it didn't really work out, and it caused this. This was the original drop. Then the company, this was the company shakeout, and then this was the recovery, and then there was one more big company shakeout, and this was like, again, it's when something didn't work out. It was like the social fi stuff that didn't work out, and it, you know, the company was figuring it out, and then the company had a new product that they released, and it went this way. And that's the reason what I wanted to point out. Since you have a product that is being released, it's gonna go like it's tied to the success of the product, right? Does that make sense? Let me finish your message. Actually, I started. Yep, it was the draft and fell in love with your vision. All good. Have a good night, Sebastian. Thanks for dropping in. Sweet. Awesome. Check in, make sure everything's good. Multi-stream. Let me just pin this. I'm gonna pin if anybody. Can I pin this here? Ooh. I gotta pin it here. Pin message. I wonder if I could do like community moderation, pop out chat, reactions. All good. I'm just playing around. Cool. Let me get back to it. I don't want to waste your time. Cool. All right, back to that. So what I was just let me show this other one. So remember we were going to do one with Pangu, or not Pangu, Jupe. So here, Jupe. So now let's just let me refresh this. I need to do this. So we are going to do the same thing. I gave them a 1 hour chart. And then I'll give them a 30-minute chart. A little shorter term opportunity. Okay. Now let's go back here. Now let's do the same for Jupe. I am buying with 1 SOL. Help me find the best price to buy at. So let me grab the contract, y'all. Paste that. Oh, and before I go on too much, silly me. Let me just drop this in here. I had a sneeze. Oh, got a sneeze. Okay. One thing I wanted to show everybody was this. Actually, I got this thing going on. So let me go to my profile here. So if you want an opportunity to win a Giraffe Tower NFT and 1,000 Gary, there is a raffle going on right now. Let me go find that there. Raffle. There we go. So we got this raffle here. And if you go here, I'm going to go ahead and I guess I'll let me just pin this, grab this, and drop it in the chat over here. I don't even know. Here, let me just drop this here. Go to that post. I just posted it in the chat, or in the, I replied to the comment, and here, just drop it in the chat here. If anybody wants it, this is gonna go. Just go to this. I don't know if you can click anything in the chat. I don't think you can. So I dropped it in the thing. So I don't think you can drop it in the chat. Pretty sure. Does it automatically post it? I don't know. Okay. Cool. Okay, so just go there, and what you're going to be able to do with that post is it is a raffle. It does actually cost half a Solana to enter, and we're going to be raffling off a Giraffe Tower NFT as well as 1,000 Gary. And what that's going to do is it's actually give you everything that you need in order to get started with your stacker agent when it's released. So you'll be ready to go and you'll have full access. So just know that that will unlock the entire thing. So, or you can sell it. I don't care. You know, it's your thing. You won. It's power to you. Got you. So we're selling 22 tickets, or that's our plan. We want to sell 22 tickets to make sure that it covers the costs of the raffle. But then one person will be able to walk away with. You could buy as many tickets as you want, by the way. That's the power play. Go buy a bunch of tickets. And just make sure that you follow myself and Joe. Like and retweet. Just buy your ticket here. So you buy it. It's going to bring up a page like this. This is going to be the Giraffe Tower NFT you're going to get. Look at this nice dark fur. I like these ones. These rainbow throw-up ones are actually kind of rare. I only have a few of these. guess I'll have to let you go. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Okay, but all you do, you connect your wallet, and then you can, it will ask you for, you'll pay, and it will ask you for your wallet address as well as the information that I asked for, and then you are going to be able to submit that, and if you win, then you get access to, or I deliver this this beautiful giraffe and 1,000 Gary coin to you. There is some information right here if you want to learn a little bit more about the project. So you can come here, it says Giraffe Tower, click that, and it will actually take you to Giraffe Tower on Magic Eden, and you'll see it is a healthy project. Look, we actually need to get a sale soon, but we want to have one every 24 hours. Yep, but there's a lot of volume, a lot of trading volume going on. Ooh, is that it? And you see even at the top right there, you can see like I have everything at the top where it shows all the different trades with the Giraffe Tower. So there's very consistent volume, healthy. There's just this one little annoying wall right here that's been built, but it's being chipped away at, and very soon it will be like a 10 Solana floor. And that's actually, take a look at this. I want to show you something. And if you don't think that this is cool, I don't know if we could be friends. I'm gonna click floor. And I know you'll be like, oh, it's not the number one yet. It's gonna get there, by the way. You doubt it? You be quiet, you. Look at this. So we got some of these ones. These ones that are just like popular because they exist and they don't do shit. You know what I'm talking about. But look, number 22 is Giraffe Tower. The top 25 on all of Solana as far as the floor. Right here. Giraffe Tower, number 22. 22. And if you want to go by the actual top offers, let's see, 15, because that's like actually the lowest somebody's willing to pay. So if you actually go by the offers, which I actually feel like the offers are really the actual amount. Ooh. What's up? Am I a punk? Well, am I funk or am I dunk? I'm so confused. Am I a funk or a dunk? Or a funk dunk? Funky dunk. I like that. I think that's going to work for me. Now, another thing to note is like the very low amount that are listed. Only 80 out of 7,606. Right there. That's a pretty good amount. And look, the volume is actually pretty high. You look at some of these other ones. Yeah, you get Mad Lads. But look at this. This number 3 one, this number 3 urban node, it's had one sale. So because my point is that entire volume was because of one sale. This had 2 sales. The entire volume is from 2 sales. Okay, so yeah, 5 sales. This is actually a little bit more impressive because there's been 5 sales, but 7 sales. So it's not like there's a lot of volume is my point. It's not a lot of volume. This one has is a little better, like play Solana in it. But the point is, you get right here, 13 comparative to most of these is not that bad. So it's coming up there. So soon we're going to be able to flip things like the gods, but for now we are number 22, which again I say is pretty good. But let's get up, because think about it this way: if once we get past that wall, we're going to get to around 10 Solana, and that would put us right here in between, like before we'd be number 13 on all of Solana. We'd bump up like 10. Isn't that crazy? I know that's crazy. Cool. If you're watching this on X, any links that I might mention, I'm going to try and put them on X, but you could always find them on YouTube or, hit me up. Cool. All right. So. Let me know if you like these types of streams where I'm just going over this stuff, but it's like this one right here. So, okay, let's go back to this. So we said JitoSOL. So you've got 1 SOL to deploy, and you're not going to waste it. Hey, I wonder if I could just have this read it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Can I do it the lazy way? I'm going to mute this real quick. Mute this real quick. Let's see if I could just have ChatGPT read it to me. I'm lazy. Oh, you're gonna read me the entire URL? Great. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you could actually hear. I don't feel like you could hear the thing. I'm just sitting here and... I guess I'll have to go check. I guess I could just open up X and hear it myself. And hear it myself. I guess I could just open up X and hear it myself. All right, so I guess you can't even hear it. So good to know. Music back on. I need to fix it. I need to get the computer audio like fixed. Okay. I gotta get that figured out. Oh well. We'll figure it out. Stay Levy. I don't know. Okay. So basically what it's saying is that it's giving me the spots, like what prices to buy at. Thinking that it's going to go down to that like 0.6, might go down as low as 24 entry, or down as low, so. It thinks that it's good. There we go. You can't hear? Yeah, you can't. Can you hear me right now? But you just can't. You couldn't hear the me playing ChatGPT, right? But you could hear me talking now, right? You can't hear? Yeah, you can't. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So it's just I got my soundboard here. I'm not gonna pick it up. I got a soundboard. It's a setting that I gotta figure out or deal with or find a loop or whole. I was trying to do this whole thing with like a computer, like looping my audio around. So cool. You can hear me speak. What's up, Christian? How's it going? I was just going over some playing around with Stacker GPT. If you haven't used Stacker GPT, it is very useful to help you find positions. So, for instance, I gave it these screenshots right here. And I gave it also the link to Deck Screener. And I did it for, so the funny thing is I did it for Gary first. Ooh. So I did it for Gary first. And it's basically saying like, yeah, there's no real like looking, it's not looking like this is going to reverse anytime. It's got a lot of upward pressure, so it's probably not, this is a good time to buy. So if you sold Gary, then you might want to buy it back. This is the time to buy in, not time to sell. That's what it's saying. Do not sell your Gary right now is what it's saying. It's saying buy more Gary because it is not a good time to sell. Do not sell your Gary. Not financial advice, but Chat GPT, Stacker GPT is saying do not sell your Gary. It's time to buy Gary. There will be times that you could take profit, but this is not one of those times to buy more. Do not fumble the bag. Cool. But yeah, this is a free tool. I posted it in the both on X as well as in the comments on or in the chat on YouTube. I pinned it. It's also my Discord, dunkmedia.club. Come and hang out there if you have any questions. Probably the best way to get my attention. I'm really like, I'll be perfectly honest. If you send me a DM, very unlikely that I'm gonna notice it, unless I see it right at the top. But I don't like replying to DMs. What? Whatever. Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out with me today. I wanted to just start doing these lives more because once I do have access to my Stacker agent, which if you don't know, let me see if I could just show you my Stacker. I'll just do this here. Look at this. This is the magical way that you. This is one of my stackers. Let me just, boom. That's one of my stackers. Tell me. Just tell me. Be perfectly honest with me. Is this a superhero or is it a supervillain? Or, I mean, he's wearing like all leather. He's got that sexy red like eye patch that has like the bullseye thing on it. That guy's like either an anti-hero or a supervillain. I'm fairly certain. Oh, dude, look, Solana. Ooh, no, it just dipped down. Man, I sold some. No, I'm still up on the. I was scalping some Solana earlier. Come on, go down, Solana. I want to buy back. Okay, sorry. I'm looking at. You could see it. It's right there. It's right there. You could see it. It's right on the screen. It's right in front of your face too. Look at that. Solana's. Come on, Solana. Go. Yeah. Go back down to 130. Actually, 129.75, where my buy order is. Go back down, Solana. Come on, Gary. You keep on going up. Solana, you go down. And actually, that's actually a good thing I wanted to point out too. You'll see a little bit of the ADHD mind going all over the place. Let me just go here. Let me go to Juke again. Take a look at this. This is the thing that I like. So we are going to again find Gary the Hairy Fairy. Okay, that sounded bad. Rhyming sometimes backfires on you. Okay, so what you want to do is say like how many of this, right? So how many Solana is it going to take? Wait, who's a Sigma? Oh yeah, it is an awesome stacker. Don't get me wrong. This is a sexy stacker. Now, I have another one. I don't know. Should I like here? I think that I should we should bring them up and just like see which one people like better. This is the only lot, like there's no other way to do this fair. I can't pick because I'm biased. And yeah, that would not be fair if I picked. Very unfair, actually. Wait, do I have Bluetooth on? I don't. I need to turn Bluetooth on. I hope everything doesn't fall. Yeah, I gotta turn the Bluetooth on. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna airdrop that sucker to my computer. Right there. It's gonna be on my desktop in no time. Look, it's there. Show and Finder. I'm gonna open that. This would be great. Sent. Now we can play some side by side. And I still got distracted from the other thing I was doing. Look what you've done. Look what you've done, Christian. He likes it. He likes danger. He's dangerous. This is the other one. So these are the two stackers that I have. No, not that. These are the two stackers that I have. Why do I? Okay. Oh, I didn't have to do that. So I'll get back. So these are the two stackers. I'll get back to the other thing in a minute. These are the two stackers that I have. I have this sucker right here, and I have this guy right here. Now, right here, he's got like leather on and his eye. He looks kind of villain. Like, yeah. What did I do, Christian? What did I do? What happened? Okay, and then look at this. This guy seems more like traditional superhero, right? But this guy almost like dominatrix type. He's wearing his leather suit and he just needs a whip or something. Is that going too far? Is this no? Is that not? Yeah. I mean, this is my first one, so I'm more attached to it, and this is my second one. But I feel like they could be like arch enemies, right? Like two arch enemies. They just like, but because they look so similar, we're gonna find out that they're like long lost twins that just like went down different paths, right? And like he was raised by some sort of like family of superheroes, and everything like really shitty happened to this guy. It makes me think of like what Megamind, the Will Ferrell movie. Yeah, it's gonna be like that, but more betterer. Okay. What do you think, Christian? You let me know. But yeah, there's lore. You gotta have the lore. And for us, since I'm obviously not the creative type, because I can't think of anything myself, I just can go into AI and it will just do everything for me. I don't know how to be creative. It just doesn't come to me naturally, I guess. Oh well. But what I was going to say here, Solana has fluctuated in price, but what keeps on going down is this, and this is an important thing. The amount of Solana it takes to buy a Gary. And for the longest time, it was like several thousand Gary you'd get for one Solana. And Solana was worth more at the time, too. So it's like we were fighting that crash on the Solana. So point is, as this goes down to like 400 Solana per Solana, 300, eventually it will go the other direction, where it'll be like 1 Solana gets you 0.9 Gary or something like that. So and that's going to be the direction that things, and when that happens, it's just going to it's going to just be so great. That's why you need the lore, Christian. That's why you need the lore. You need the lore to go along with the fact that we got these assets that are super valuable because they have amazing utility behind them. I can't wait to show everybody the utility when I'm going to be able to get access to it. I'm very excited for that. That's part of the reason why I got this stream ready. I got to figure out the music thing though. I love it. This is great music. We all love it. This is just the app that built into the thing to give like free music. I think it works. Okay. Cool. Again, if you want to grab a giraffe for half a Solana, raffle tickets. They are half a Solana. They'll sell at least 22. And then we will do it again. And you're going to be able to have a chance to get a giraffe for half a Solana. One winner, just so you know. Seriously. The amount of analytics that you get from just a contract and some screenshots is so good. Why don't we go look at like I'm not gonna connect my wallet. That takes too much effort. No, my password timed out. I'm not gonna go through that much effort. This is not. No, I'm not gonna do it. Because I'm not actually placing any orders in right now. But you know there's things like called perps too. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna do it right now. But you can do it with Bitcoin, because so there's this thing called wrapped Bitcoin, right? Now, wrapped Bitcoin is basically, that's the best way to put it. So you take the Bitcoin and you wrap it up on one side, and then you create a proxy. That's the best way to describe it. So since Bitcoin exists on the Bitcoin blockchain, it can't be traded on the Solana blockchain. But if you take one of Bitcoin and you go and you put it in like you wrap it, and then you create a proxy that can act on Bitcoin's behalf on Solana, that's what a wrapped Bitcoin is. So it just means that you could have the value of Bitcoin traded here because you have basically that the only way that you can get that other Bitcoin out is if you unlock it with wrapped Bitcoin. Does that make sense? I wasn't even looking at the camera. I can't even believe myself. So that's what that means. And then there's ETH. I haven't actually done ETH. I don't know if it's wrapped. I don't think it is, because I don't know. I'm not a ethologist, but I think I don't know how it works with ETH. I just know how it works. Probably wrapped in the same way. I know you have wrapped ETH on Ethereum. Then Solana. So the idea would be that you'd be able to put it in, like, say you felt like you would be able to analyze these charts, take the screenshots, and say go over to ChatGPT with our stacker agent and say, hey, let's analyze the chart for Solana. Do we think the price is going to come up? There'd be like, oh, there's a lot of resistance around $135, and then it says it's probably going to reverse. And you say, I think that it's going to go down. So I go over here to a short. I say I'm going to go and do my Solana short, and I say how much Solana I want to actually leverage to say that I think the price go down. Maybe I say I'm going to do a whole entire one salami. And I, like right now it's set to 9x leverage, which means that I'm actually leveraging about 8.94 Solana. Look, that's super dope, right? There you go. But if I wanted to say, I go over to ChatGPT with my stacker agent and say, hey, what leverage should I use? And it's like, oh, you should do 20%. So say it says that, and explain why. Maybe it's now if I go to 20%, it's going to increase the amount that I could potentially get, but it also increases the amount that I could potentially lose. So just know that there's a lot more risk in these perps, but that's kind of the idea. So now I'm betting that it's going to go down. You can also set limit orders for the same exact thing. Like, I think the price is going to go down. Market 134. I'd say, like, I think you could even just say, like, I want it to go at a certain price, or you could just buy at the current price. But then you could execute it, but then you would have like a liquidation price. I could need to connect my wallet. I'll do this the next time. I don't feel like doing all that stuff today. Cool. Yeah. had a long day. I know we did a lot of stuff in spaces today, but I wanted to jump in and hang out with everybody here on a live real quick. I'll show you some of this stuff. By the way, if you haven't done it yet, make sure that you have locked your Gary or claimed your Gary, because you can come over here. I need to connect my wallet for all this stuff. Fine. There we go. All right. Let's go to that wallet, to the right wallet of the DAO. So I can connect that wallet. And if you have already claimed it, you will need another claim coming up this following, probably around the 5th. Previous month, I think it was on the 13th. This month, it was on the 15th. So mid-month sometime. But you see now, if I click this, it says 0. But if if it wasn't, like, I actually claimed, like, you can see what I got in this wallet, claimed minus 105. So I claimed about 4,500 Gary, which is great. You know, it's like $1,100, which is dope. And you know, it's because I've stacked up the Gary, and you could do the exact same thing. It's not that much Gary that got me that, man. Serious. So now, say I wanted to withdraw these out. So what I would need to do first is I would go to this tab right here, which says voting. And then I would need to connect my wallet here. And then see, I have some locked Gary in here. I would need to go to view, and I would need to go to my proposals, and I would release whatever proposals I have in here. So there's unreleased proposals. It won't let you unlock the Gary if you have any of these. So see, like, release all is what I would just do, or you know, I would just have one there. But and then you would be able to hit withdraw. And again, I don't have the pop-up right now, but I'm not gonna click the thing right now. But so it would withdraw the locked Gary. Unfortunately, you can't. For some reason, you cannot just do you'd have to withdraw the whole amount and then just deposit the amount that you want back if you didn't want to do the whole amount. It's weird. But then when that's back in your wallet, then you'd be able to go back over to the Gary lock system. Wherever the tab went. It didn't go anywhere because this is the tab. There we go. But then you come back over here, and you would have locked Gary in your wallet. And when you hit withdraw, here, I guess I'll pop this out so you can see. When you hit withdraw, you get like a pop out like this. And see, right now it says that I can't do anything because there's no locked Gary in the wallet. So it would need, see, that was locking up 1,000. I would need at least 3,000 locked Gary to unlock this. So I need to make sure I had the 3,000 in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm sleepy. It's almost 9. Probably time for bed soon. I think so. Probably should wrap this up soon. Sorry, guys. Sorry for doing this late. I don't know. I think I'm having a little fun. I might add a few things where I'm playing around with some editing of like NFT art stuff that I started last week, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it, and I want to. So I hit cancel there. But if I did that, I'd be able to withdraw it, and that's the same process. So you see that's how I would get this out of this wallet. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lockups in this wallet. And this is just one of the ways that I actually, you know, I'm not trading my time for money. Like I said, that was, think about it this way. I want to play this out for you, like simple science, math stuff. What's this number right here? Right here. I know it's a little small screen on some of it. It's right here. It's the Gary amount. So what do we say? I got about $1,100. So how much do people actually need to live, right? This is not a crazy amount of money that got me that, and I don't think it's not going to last forever, but that's just one way. So my point is, so I have a certain amount of Gary, so I think that's like let's math it. So what I have, like, I think it's like 200 and something. Like, I have other wallets, but this particular wallet has just shy of like, I think it's like 235,000 Gary in it. Okay, so 235,000 Gary. Why do I? Okay. 235,000. So times. Wait. I don't even know the math. I'm just going to do this. Oh, I know what site. This is the... That's what I needed. It's funny. I've been using this same website. This same exact site. This one, sorry. That's why I said it didn't look right. This same site right here. This one. For like 20 years. Just to do simple stuff. So, it's funny. So, what did I say? Okay. So I say 1,000. Let's call it one. Let's just call it this. So, four. Oh, that's what I wanted. That's the freaking math. So all I want to say was 235,000, and we're gonna round down. Just call it 25 cents. 0.25. So let's just say, like, that's about 58,000. So that's $60,000 working capital, right? To get you about $1,100 a month. So a month. So $50,000, $60,000 is it to get me roughly $13,000 in a year from $60,000. So my point is that you could put your money to work. So I just put that money to work. So yeah, well, cool. Now what could I do with that extra? I could go and help make this worth more by using it to give it out stuff in the community, or I could go and I could take some of my capital, and I could go and start another type of investment. What if I take that and it starts earning me a yield just like this is, where it's like, oh, I'm earning that amount every single year on my money, and then and then I have a yield on the new money coming in. And now, next thing you know, instead of making $1,000 a month from this stuff, like, you could be making 2,000. And then if you have something like a stacker agent that's going to earn you more capital to work with, then you're going to be able to actually speed that whole process up, and then then you could actually have your money working for you on the blockchain all the time. So it makes me really excited because I already have it working for me manually. I'm looking really forward to when a lot of this stuff gets automated. Cool. Let me check this out. I should check out if I haven't ever pulled up. What is it like if I pull up TikTok when I'm actually streaming to TikTok on TikTok?
Did you know Ralph
Oh gosh, ad. Well, that scared me. That scared me, everyone. I was scared. TikTok Studio. That really did scare me. I was really I was scared. It tells me it tells me to go live, but I am live. What if I went live while I was live? It's not showing here because that's past recordings. That's recordings. I wonder if I could. I want to be able to actually engage with people while live. I don't know how to do it when you're doing it from the tube from like this system. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together, everyone. How does that sound? We'll figure it out together. Big happy family, figuring everything out together. Just want you to look at this guy for a second. This guy right here. Wait. So, depending on where you're watching, here or here, here or here. Yeah. Wait, do I? No. Yeah, math. Service. Live Creator Hub. Live Academy. Do I get like like some sort of certificate? Will they give me a certificate? I'm excited for my certificate. Create event. Live event. My entire world is changing right now, guys. I don't know. I'm so confused. TikTok, you make everything difficult. I hate to tell you. I actually don't hate to tell you. I don't mind. I don't mind telling people when they do something wrong. TikTok. Okay. Also, have you looked at this before? This is actually a really cool tool. So, look at this. So, you could either link your wallet or you can like just paste a wallet address in. And just show you like what's in that particular wallet. Like I was just saying, like I was trying to tell you, like it's just only like $60,000 working there. It's not much. And I didn't actually buy that much because it was like I stacked up a bunch and then we worked on creating the, getting the floor up higher. But I just love that I can just paste that in. And look, I got some of this waste. I probably should just unstake this. It's just going to go down to 0. As I'm on their platform. Shh, they're listening. Ooh, I could... Did you know that I could onboard a friend to their dApp? How do you say it? Do you say dApp or dApp? I sometimes dApp sounds a little too druggy. Or is that a dab? I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Assets. Look at that. Look how the percentage in this. I don't like keeping stuff in one wallet, so I split stuff up. So I get paranoid. But the reason why I keep stuff in the DAO for that wallet is because there's a utility with Gary. If you have 1% of the total supply locked up in one wallet, you get some perks. So that's one of the things I want is those perks. So I locked them up. Oh, look at that. Oh no. Come on, Solana. Go down. Go down. Fill my limit order. Go down. And then go back up. Okay, so I guess I could just show you this right now since I've already. No, I actually don't, because it's not linked to this freaking thing. I need to fix that because I have that connected to that wallet. It's this weird thing where I have a wallet and it just says that it's like I'm viewing it. I feel like I just need to uninstall it and reinstall it. Just like, you're just viewing this wallet. I'm like, no, I installed it. You're talking crazy talk, people. I know what I'm doing, and you're like, no, and then I'm like, yeah. You know how it is. Yeah, I don't have it in this computer. I'm still like breaking in this computer. My new baby. I miss my old baby sitting there on the floor. Like it's old metal corpse lying there on the floor. We've been through a lot together. But yeah, I need to animate this one too, though. But cool. I think that I'm going to probably wrap this up for today because, you know, it is, I think, my 9 o'clock now. So I'm going to try to go live earlier tomorrow. Again, thanks for hanging out with me. Again, don't forget about the raffle. Got it right here. The raffle. It's happening. You can. This could be your draft right here. And 1,000 Gary. The raffle tickets are half a Solana, and right now the floor for just the draft alone is 7.2 Solana, and Gary is 25 cents each, or over 25 cents. So that's like over $250 just for the Gary right there. So it's a very good prize. It's definitely just the Gary alone is worth more than the half Solana for the ticket. So, you know, only one person wins. So make sure that you go and enter this one. Let me go see now that I have my wallet connected. Let me go. I can show you this real quick. I created this wallet just for these few things. I created a new always read. Wait, that was not the right wallet. What? Oh yeah, it was. So you can create wallets like there. So cool. I'm gonna do some videos just showing people more about how to make things like these things with Helio, so you can actually start receiving payments in Helio. So I just started that raffle. Make sure that you go take part of it. Go enter so you could earn yourself a draft and 1,000 Gary coin. Cool. I will see everybody on the next live. Also, there are spaces that we do. It's usually at 11 o'clock a.m. That is Pacific time, Pacific Coast Highway, specifically Pacific time, and that is like California time. What is it, like Greenwich Mean Time, -8 or something like that. I'm not a mathish, but yeah, go get this ticket. I'll see everybody later. See you in the spaces. See you in the next live. See you around Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it nowadays.